Sometimes you get those redemption fights, those fights where you can just really win it. There are fights where you lose and you're like, man, I lost. He was the better man that night, and I can't do anything about it. But in this one, I can go in there, make the changes, and actually win this fight. So
you mentioned the changes to win this fight. You also mentioned the fact that your last two fights you've been with Robert.
Yeah.
Leo knows that he's coming in against a different fighter. Talk a little more about that.
He knows. I mean, as you can tell, if you're smart, he's been mentioning Robert a lot for a reason. He knows the changes I made. He brought up the two fights, how different I've looked, and I think I've become a better fighter. That alone lets you know that he's going to train properly because he knows I'm going to be, if not better, I mean, if not as good, better than my last fight. So all I can tell you is that it's not going to be an easy fight for either of us. It's going to be a hell of a fight.
And how has the camp been?
Camp is good. I mean, I started like 2-3 weeks ago. I feel good. I've never had a problem with weight, thank God. And it's just a matter of getting the right conditioning and executing the right game plan.
Abner, do you feel being too aggressive in the first fight was the wrong game plan, and do you plan to change it, or is the aggressiveness still something that you need to keep in this fight?
You know what? I think what my downfall in that fight was try to do too much, and I didn't do it right. I think I started good, and I should have kept it at that. And then I try to box because my corner told me box some more. Well, I was doing good in the inside, why change up the game plan? So it's how they say, if you're doing good with one thing, why change it? If you're good at right-handed, why go left? So I think that's what happened, and I mean, I could do changes, and I could be a better fighter that night.
Tell us how much you gained from having Robert Garcia.
I mean, it's just a lot. From a mental game to just strategic, changing the game plan, being more of a boxer, getting hit less. I mean, and I could go on.
You had a lot of success even before Robert, but now you've had another success with him because you kind of rejuvenated yourself. Do you wish you would have made that change sooner, or are you happy that things went the way you were in your career?
I mean, things happen for a reason. I mean, I wish I could have, but it didn't, and now I am where I am. But I'm getting my chance again. I'm getting that redemption against Leo, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, not too many times you get that. I'm really happy. As he mentioned, Al Heyman is a big key in this. He's the one that made this possible, so now we are.
How important is this fight? I know you had big fights before. This one, is it more important just because of the revenge factor, because of this point in your career? How do you see it now? It's
exciting and it's important because of both. I mean, redemption, and it's just going to be a good fight. You saw the first one. It was a hell of a fight. It was candidate fight of the year that year in 2015. So I mean, it just lets you know what type of fight I'm in.
Why the bad guy?
I mean, Leo's such a nice guy, man. The guy's just, I mean, it's the way you can be just as good as him. So I guess I'm going for the bad guy. And when I say the bad guy, I mean, I'm the one that's just saying how much I want this. I'm going to beat him bad. There's no way he can beat me, and him is just like, no, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a tough fight. Like, he never, like, tries to put himself, like, in, making himself look bad. But I'm not saying that that's bad on his part. It's just that type of person I am. But again, my confidence speaks sometimes too loud, and I just like to call it how it is. I'm a better man, I'm a better fighter, and I feel like I'm going to win this fight.
To piggyback on what you said, it was a close fight. How do you elevate yourself, since you did so well in the first fight? How do you change your approach to this since you felt that, the fight was so close and you were close to victory now?
I mean, it's just small changes. I mean, if I sit here and tell you what I'm doing, I mean, I'm pretty much throwing away my game plan. So all I can tell you, there are changes that I can do. That's it. I mean, Leo said that he mentioned that he could do a lot of changes also, and I'm sure he can. But I'm actually looking forward to his changes, to see what other side of him there is, because I just know the Leo that throws a lot and is constantly on you.
Is an overwhelming feeling of this fight relief that the date has finally come?
Yes, and it will be even greater after the fight, knowing that I still have this wrapped around me, and I am the champion, not only of WBA, but of this town, LA.
Abner, how important is it to get past Leo Santa Cruz's jab, and what are your plans as far as getting past his jab?
You know what? It wasn't as tough. If you go back to the fight, it wasn't as tough getting in there. But it was my fault the last fight that I intended to be out there when I shouldn't have. I tried to box him from a distance, but I boxed him from his distance, and that's why I was getting tabbed and tabbed. If you go back to the fight, it was easier to get in there. I was able to get in the inside ground. But these, I worked them in the inside, and then I just changed the whole game plan towards the end of the round, and just, you know, decided to box and gave those rounds away.
Specifically in your skill set, what do you feel like better than Leo? What do you feel like you could take advantage of, you know, based on your skill set?
A lot more than he can. And I mean, all I can say is that I just cannot, I repeat, I cannot stay in the center. I'm not making it like a center fight. Like I have to be there, either too close, too far, or, you know, just too smart that night.